What's going on, everyone? BouseFeenux here, and welcome to another Warriors Den recap. Today was a pretty short one, but I've still got a good deal of stuff to share with you guys, so let's go ahead and jump into it. First up, I've got good news for the console folk out there, as they've announced that patch 1.5, which is the current build on PC, is coming sometime next week. They didn't specify an actual date, but seeing as this week is pretty much already over, it really can't be that far away for you guys. To reiterate though, this patch contains the revenge nerfs, character balances, and game mode reworks. If you want to catch up on all this and see what you have to look forward to next week, check out the video I did on the patch last week by clicking the card in the top right hand corner of the video. On to the next topic though, we've got more good news. Those of you that are absolutely fed up with For Honor's terrible dead zones on controllers can now rejoice, as the devs have heard our cries and are looking into adding a dead zone slider to the options menu. Only problem with this is that we've got to wait until next month before we see it, but still, at least it's a fix that's coming and this problem isn't getting ignored. As a pro tip though, for those of you that play on PC but use a controller like myself, a way to get around the awful dead zones when switching guards is to open up the game using Steam's Big Picture. I've got a lot of friends that play like this and they swear by it, so if you're at your wit's end and you don't really want to wait another few weeks for the fix, this should help out in the meantime. In other news, another quality of life change in the form of the long-awaited colorblind mode is also coming soon. They didn't specify a date for this one, but they did say it'll cover the 3 most common types of colorblindness. This honestly is kind of a big deal because during the beta, I had given keys to friends that wanted to play, but they couldn't because there were no colorblind settings, so maybe this change alone will bring some people back into the game. Moving on into the meat of the stream they did, there is another hero balance patch on the horizon. It'll be patch 1.6, and it's coming to PC in 2 weeks, with consoles getting the patch the week after that. So, in 3 weeks total, all platforms will be updated to patch 1.6. In this patch, they're working on improving stability, which I'm not sure how excited I'd get about that, seeing as a lot of the patches they've released up until this point were aimed at that issue, but they haven't really done much to solve anything. Regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and hold out hope. In addition to stability though, they're also looking at some hero balance changes, as I mentioned a second ago. On the chopping block this time is the Shigoki Oni charge. They didn't say exactly how they were gonna fix it, but they did acknowledge that it's pretty broken. On top of that, they're also gonna be taking a look at the Warden Shoulder Bash Vortex. I'm not really sure what they're gonna do with it, but messing with that move toes a fine line between making the character more balanced and making him absolute trash tier. The only thing I can think of to balance Shoulder Bash would be to make it non-cancelable and make it cost more stamina. Every other character with a shove, bash, or headbutt has to commit to it. Once they input the move, it can't be canceled. I have no idea why Warden is the only exception to this. Anyway, you can say about that what you will, but also know that a Raider buff is coming soon, TM, with this next patch. I'm pretty excited about this because Raider was a character I've been looking forward to playing for a while now, but I can't seem to put down Kensei lately. Maybe a change to Raider can get me out of my routine because I'm sure by now you guys are getting sick of Kensei footage. As for what that Raider buff is though, we have no idea. They've been talking about it for a while now, but true to Ubisoft style, they've been super tight-lipped about the whole thing. Another character they're taking a look at is the good old Peacekeeper. From what they said on the stream, they're finally going to be taking a look into that dreaded PK light spam. No news yet on what they're actually going to be doing to it, but as always, I'll keep you guys posted as soon as I hear anything. And lastly, as if he wasn't OP enough, Lawbringer is going to be receiving a slight bug fix. Currently, the shove light combo is bugged. Sometimes you can block it, sometimes you can't. The intended reaction to the shove light, according to the developers, is to eat the shove, then dodge the light. You shouldn't be able to block it. They're planning on fixing this, but basically what that now means is that Lawbringer has a 50-50 vortex on block. If you get shoved and try to dodge, you get hit with a guard break. If you don't dodge, you get hit with a guaranteed light. If Lawbringer blocks your attack, dodges, or just initiates a naked shove, you're pretty much gonna get punished. Now, in his previous state, I definitely think Lawbringer needed something to give him an edge, but come on, man, this is a bit insane. I don't think that there's any other character that can punish on block this much, and all this is really gonna do is reinforce the turtle meta. Now, I am well aware that by saying absolutely anything negative about Lawbringer, I've pretty much doomed myself to dislikes and unsubs, but it is what it is. Moving on though, the last thing they mentioned balance-wise is that they are looking into the zone attack flicker bugs, but we probably won't see a fix on those for a while. For those of you that don't know what this is or have been lucky enough to not experience it yet, the zone flicker is basically a bug that makes it look like your opponent is going for a light attack, but instead they go for a zone. This makes an indicator show up in another direction that the zone attack isn't coming from, and it's 100% exploitable. The main classes you'll see using this are Peacekeeper and Orochi, which are two of the most popular characters in the game, so it shows up a lot. This bug makes these characters super frustrating to fight against, and while I wish a fix was coming sooner, I'm just thankful it's being looked into at all because up until now, it's been seemingly ignored by the developers. So that was about it for important topics for this dev stream. New DLC and characters were completely ignored as a topic, which is highly disappointing as judging by the stream chat, it's pretty much what a lot of people showed up to hear about. That basically means no news on characters or new maps this week, and as I said, it was completely and totally ignored, which is really strange because the deadline for that stuff should be coming here really soon with the end of the season approaching. So with that being said, we still have no confirmation on what the new characters will be, what their movesets will look like, or really anything about them. Personally, I think that by ignoring this topic, they missed a huge chance to bring people back into the game, but that's just my opinion, and on the internet, everyone has one of those, so take that for what you will. To wrap it all up though, for those of you interested in this sort of thing, the weekly content this week is a new ornament for every character. I know a lot of you are actually really excited about this because now you can use Daubany's wings on Warden, but the new ornaments were pretty much it for this week's content, which is cool because last week we got brand new elite outfits, so really can't ask for too much there. Anyway, one last thing I want to mention before I sign off is that this Saturday, which is April the 15th, I've been invited to commentate for the Proving Grounds Invitational. This is a tournament held by the For Honor Fight Club, and it starts at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll leave the links to the trailer in the comments below, but that is all for today though, guys. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and if you're new here, get subscribed and click the bell icon for more For Honor guides, news, and other shenanigans. Until next time though, I'm BouseFeenux, I'll see you at the next video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.